What's up, guys, gals, and non-binary pals? My name's Naomi. Welcome to House of Miscellania. I want to talk to you a little bit today about tools that I cannot live without. Check this video out. All right, welcome, guys. If you're new, welcome. If you're coming back to see me, welcome back. I wanted to talk to you today about tools that I use while diamond painting that I cannot live without. These are things that I keep around me at all times, things that I absolutely must have because they have been a major assistance to me from the time that I have gotten started. So I just really want to get into it, going from basic to, weird things you might not even need that you might not need that I do, or things you might not even know you need that I don't. Whatever. Things that I need. This is what I'm going to go with. One, first and foremost, is going to be an upgraded pen. I don't really have too many opinions about whether you use acrylic or hand-turned resin, whether it is wood or if it is a hybrid somewhere in between. You know, you can kind of go any sort of direction with regard to how fancy or how basic you want these to be, but upgrade your tool because you're going to need this as you are going along diamond painting for longer periods of time. However much time you're spending, you could cramp your hands up and it could really be a disaster. But some kind of an upgrade, cheap or not cheap, from your standard little itty bitty stylus pen. I would be a complete carpal tunnel nightmare if I tried to keep using this. So get yourself a decent pen in whatever size you need it in. Next, I want to talk to you about what you can put into that pen, and that is my multi-placer. This one in particular is a thin metal multi-placer from Diamond Art Club. It is my preference. It's the one that I use the most. I like an 8-placer, but you can go anywhere from as little as a 3 or 4. I think they even have a 2-placer. And you can go all the way up, I think, to 12 or 15. It's ridiculous. These really long, thin metal multi-placers. Like, here's a 10. You know what I mean? You can really go nuts in size with these metal multi-placers, but they are a must-have. And then figuring out, do you like the pink wax? Do you like putty? Do you like glue? Do you like glue dots? Do you like different kinds of waxes? Well, this is my thin metal multi-placer, and I'll tell you, I cannot, absolutely cannot live without my Butterfly Effect Wares putty from Butterfly Effect Wares. They have all different kinds of scents. They have all different kinds of sizes that you can get. But if you're not going to go for Butterfly Effect Wares, which I have found is for hard placers like me, the dry putty that you can find, the driest. Also recommend getting Putty Crocker, which is from Putty Buddy over on Facebook, or Patsy Putty is another one. These three I keep in my arsenal because they are my favorite putties for my multi-placer. Now, when it comes to my single placer, I swear by a couple of different things that I cannot live without. And that is going to either be my Ghost from Diamond Painting Daily, which works like a liquid glue dot that you put into your single placer, let it dry, and it becomes a glue dot, or my super sticky patty wax from Patty Wax. This is unscented stuff. It is a godsend, I tell you, and all you have to do with this is scrape your tool, your single placer tool, into the top here and get yourself some wax on your diamond painting pen, and you are in business. Okay, guys? But for pens, everything to do with pens, this these are tools I can't live without. I can't do the diamond painting at all without these tools, okay? Next, an upgrade of your tray. It does not need to be anything more fancy than one of the new ones out of the Diamond Art Club toolkit. The new high sides and all the great, you know, bells and whistles with a stopper that they have. You can go with one of these because it has the high sides and it has a removable stopper in it. You can get something as simple as one of these, or you can get something that has a few more bells and whistles, like this one from Firefly that you'll see me use all the time, from fireflyda.com. It has a removable lid, like so. It has a removable trash tray. I love that. You can put your trash drills in there. This little hole right here is for sticking your diamond painting pen in so it doesn't roll away on you. And if you're wondering, how do I get the drills in and out of here? Well, in there you pour them in, but you have a pour spout that you throw the trash. That's what you do with trash trays. You throw them whenever you feel like it. But it has this whistle-looking open and close pour spout that I cannot do it without this tray, you guys. I can't. I'll get the trash minder later. But get yourself an upgraded tray. You will need it. You will want it. You will thank me later, because it will speed you up. It will help you out. It will be something that you cannot live without. Next up, you're going to want to get yourself some form of storage for your drills when you're working. I'm going to show you a few different kinds that you can choose from, but honestly, you can choose anything cheap, expensive, you name it. Get yourself some storage. You will thank me later, because these are something that you can't do the job without. Not quickly anyways. You can do it, but you won't do it quickly. Unless you kit up in bags, in which case get yourself some sort of a decent system where if you are kitting up in bags or keeping things in bags, that you have something you can use that you can keep your bags in, that keeps them, you know, upright, separated, whatever it has to be, and just make sure that you can flip it around and see what you're doing. Either, if you're going to work with bags, get something to keep them in. Something like this literally cost me $1.25 at the dollar store. You can pick something like that up. You can get this Art Dot container, which has 64 Tic Tac 64 Tic Tac containers in it. These little babies hold actually a lot more than they show like they do, but you just flip open the top, pour your drills in. You can use a doop, you pour it back in. Well, you can remove the whole top. You just got to be careful because you can accidentally pull this thing off of here, but you give it a light pull and then boom. The other thing is you don't want to squeeze these too hard because you can crack them, but these run about $8 to $10 on Art Dot. You can go to artdot.com and use this code up on the screen, NAO10. Save yourself 10% on that purchase of your Art Dot container. Whatever kind of Art Dot you want to use is fine. There's also Art Dot containers that have anywhere from 60 to 100, or I'm sorry, 420, and they are in these types of bottles where it is a little round bottle. Again, these hold about 1,600 drills per little bottle. It has a twist-off lid. It doesn't make that horrible squeak sound that you get from cheap ones that you can find at the craft store. This one in particular came out of my 420 count container, but like, you know, this will give you whatever you need to get some work done with your diamond paintings. And if, depending on how many colors your kit has in it, you might be able to kit 2 up in just one of these. Because as you can see, there's a lot of container space here. The next one that you could try out if you want to is from Craftmates. These run about 25 bucks. That last one, depending on what size you get, can run anywhere from $15, $20 to $40, $50 depending, but this one is about $25. It's called Craftmates. You can open it up and it has your storage that you need in here. These are a 7 container long thing. It has this little button on the side. Yep, pop it up. You can open all of them one at a time. You can only open one and then pour your diamonds out into your tray. There are 56 total in here, so you might need to get 2 if you've got something with up to 100 colors in it. So you might need to use 2 containers, but you do have a little thing on the side here. You can put a sticker on or whatever, so you know what one you're working on. But I love my Craftmates. Or, last but not least, you could invest in some Elizabeth Ward containers. Now, these here have various sizes you can get. Now, this is a mix and matched one where I bought 4 total ones for 20 bucks each on AliExpress. They're Elizabeth Ward style, right? And then I took out and matched up what I needed for each size for the drills that I have. But you can pick these up for, like I said, 20 bucks for each of them, and then buy yourself a couple and mix and match the sizes of containers. There are up to 4 sizes. I highly, highly, highly recommend getting yourself some sort of good storage. And don't use Goo Gone on plastic. It completely eats the plastic away. If you're having issues with gummy stickers, like sticking to stuff, the stickers from, yeah, just use alcohol. It works better and won't damage things. Next up, I highly impress upon you that for your diamond painting stuff while you're working, some tools that I cannot live without. One is my little bitty straightener tool. And I keep a multi-placer on the end here just in case I want to do a different size or whatever. But something to straighten out your lines and your drills as you're going. You got to have something like this. Even if it's the bigger version that looks like you're going to do some, you know, shellacking. You could get one this size. But if you're just working a little bit at a time, you can use this to be a little more precise. You got to get one of these right here. And I have seen that these do come with your various kits, especially those inexpensive ones, seem to have this piece right here. It's a addition, like it's a special piece that you add on. And I adore it. I love it. You got to have something like this. Next, washi tape. You got to have some form of washi tape, whether that is to section out your canvas, mark where your sections are going to go, putting it around the outside of your diamond painting so that pesky glue that overshoots the drill field, you can cover it up with washi tape or any other low-tack tape for various things. You can use it for making sure that your multi-placer heads fit inside of your pens. You can use it for all kinds of things, you guys, but you got to make sure you've got some washi tape. You can pick it up really cheap on Amazon or AliExpress, Temu, you name it, Shein, whatever. Get yourself some washi tape. You will not regret it. Next, I always, always, always keep near me a pair of tweezers, specifically of the like murder tweezer variety. I like these ones in particular because as you can see, the head on this is a little bit snubbier, whereas like the Diamond Art Club ones are great, but it has a longer kind of end. And maybe I have 2 Diamond Art Clubs. I thought I had a Dreamer Designs. Either way, I like to have one with a little bit of a thicker, snubby end, rather than the more, here's some, a little thicker snubby end, rather than the very thin ending on a very extreme point, murder tweezers from Diamond Art Club. But I always keep around a pair of this type of tweezer and flat tweezers, especially if you're working with rounds. These are best with squares for picking them out of the canvas or whatever. And these are good for rounds and picking those up off the canvas. If you've got to change a color or whatever, or you've got to move something around, you can use one of these 2 types of tweezers. I always keep these nearby in a pencil holder so that I've always got the tweezers that I need nearby. Next, I always keep around a little pair of tiny scissors, because you don't know if you're going to need to cut up your plastic to get into your diamond painting. You don't know if you're going to need scissors around for cutting open your drills to start kitting up or whatever. Always keep a little tiny pair of scissors, or even a huge pair of scissors handy, but keep a pair of scissors handy. Next thing that I like to keep around that's a very handy tool, I have this multi-tool. Now, I really only use it for one purpose, which I'll show you in a minute, but it does have a ruler on it. It has all these various little attachments, like a Swiss Army knife of awesome. But there's one tool in particular that I use, and that is this particular tool right here. Now, this tool that I use is for something specific, and that is to remove and replace single placers in my diamond painting pen, because you want to make sure that you're doing most of the work with this piece rather than moving things around with this, because you could really damage a diamond painting pen by not paying attention to the tension that you're pushing into it. You always want to push this against the tip, not the tip against the pen. So I like to have these for when I need to replace my tips in my diamond painting pens. Get yourself some sort of either little baby set of pliers or a multi-tool like I have. I love this thing, you guys. I keep it right nearby me at all times. You just never know when you're going to need it. The next thing that is a very, very handy tool that I cannot live without is, actually, let's go with this first. This is a bunch of little cut up, pre-cut fabric sheets. I use this when I'm running into static, because you never know when that's going to happen. Whenever I take them out of my diamond painting, like I'll put a little pile next to my painting as I'm like pouring the drills out, and the drills are no longer staticky, and I want to make sure that, you know, I want to keep these so that I don't have to keep cutting up dryer sheets, because it's a pain in the butt to create little stink confetti. So I'll set this little pile aside while I'm working on my diamond painting, and then at the end I'll grab my little bag that I have, and I will take the ones that I've already used, and I will put them back in here, kind of stuff it down a little bit so my bag will close, and I hang on to them so that I can reuse them. Little baggie with fabric softener squares in it. Next up, you're always going to want to keep around some sort of dots stick. I don't care what company you get it from. I have found that this brand, specifically from Diamond Dots that I got at Hobby Lobby, is a lifesaver. It dries in a reasonable manner. It doesn't take terribly long. It's something that if you are running off of your canvas is not sticky for some reason, you've got to get your dot stick, because you will regret it if you don't, because when you need it and you don't have it, you're going to hate it. So like $7 roughly, you can probably get it cheaper on Amazon by a different company. I don't know, that's up to you, but get yourself some sort of adhesive glue. Next, I want to show you that I always keep around a pill bottle, and inside of it there is always a few little fabric softener sheets and 2 pennies. The reason I keep this around is so that when I've got pesky drills that are stuck together, I don't have a grinder. I didn't buy a grinder, so I have this pill bottle, and I put the drills in there, and then I give it a shake, a real hard shake around for a little bit, and it will separate those drills. It works like a champ. And then also, I like to keep around a few things. I have this size here, and where did my small size ones go? They ran away on me. Aha! A small size and a large size clip. That is for clipping the diamond painting to my desk, or clipping the diamond painting closed when I roll it up, or whatever I need to use these clips for. These have been a lifesaver. Picked them up at the Dollar Tree for $1.25 for a set of 6. Very handy to have. Totally not necessary, these 2 last items, but incredibly, really handy they have been. all of the time. I can't tell you how often I either use this for myself or I use it to help someone else. This little guy here, it is a measuring tape. It measures in both centimeters and in inches. So if I need to, I can measure something for somebody really quickly, hit the little button on the side and his little tail goes back in. That is incredibly handy. Last, certainly not least, but the most handy thing that they don't tell you to buy, and you probably should, is some form of a DMC color chart. The reason is I have had oftentimes where I will run into an issue and I don't even realize I've been placing the wrong color for however long. And then all of a sudden I'm like, oh my God, I don't think that's the right color. So I can go through here, or if I'm running out of color, whatever, I can show a reference to somebody, like I'm looking for 3373. And if that's really a number, I'm not sure. 3373. So, okay, 3371, right? I'm looking for 3371. It's black brown. And I can show them a picture of what this black brown looks like if I need to. But I cannot tell you how often I have used this DMC color chart. However, Sarah showed me one that is much handier than this one because it shows you color reference charts, but it also tells you replacement colors that you can use. I will see if I can't find that link and put that down in the description. If not, you can find the one that I have here on Amazon as well, but maybe not as cool as hers. But that, honestly, you guys, these are the things that I keep around me on my desk or around my desk, my craft space at all times. And all of these things have been lifesavers to me. Let me know, what are some things that you keep around you? Did I miss something that you have that I don't? Or did you find out something today that would be handy for you that you never even thought to use? Let me know down in the comments. Otherwise, like this video, and if you enjoyed this and other diamond painting content, consider subscribing to my channel. Otherwise, you guys, thanks for sticking around, and I hope wherever you are in this great, big, beautiful world that you are having a phenomenal morning, evening, or afternoon, whatever time it is, wherever you're at. All right, I'll see you again next time, guys. Bye-bye.